Hello,
Hey
welcome
guys.
back to this channel.
Welcome
we?
back.
We still locked in our home.
This is just give you guys a perspective as of what's been happening in the past week with us here in Sydney, Australia. Anyway. So we're in, I don't know, stage 2 or something?
Stage 2 of lockdown.
Stage 2 lockdown, yep.
So I think today is that only have 2 people gathering maximum, right? It was from 100 outdoor down to 10, now down to 2, except your family. So we did go down with the kids for a bit, just for a bike ride.
There's only essential access to go outside if you can.
Yes.
The essential would be going shopping for your groceries.
See doctor.
See a doctor. If you have to exercise.
For work.
For work.
Go to school.
Go to school.
That's all we can remember.
Yeah, those are the main ones for
do.
us anyway.
We try to stay at home as much as we can as well.
Lots of people lost their jobs. Lots and lots of people, and now the snowball effect, I guess, attached to other variety of services out there, product and services. Previously,
mainly it's hospitality.
Yeah.
They still got cut down. Cafe, restaurants.
Previously, it was a hospitality industry,
Yeah.
Travel industry, and retail industry. That's the start of it.
And now beauty salon,
beauty salons and
gym.
Yeah. So there's a lot of I guess a lot of businesses. It's been shut down in the past few days, in the past week or two. So the snowball effect of that with us as an investor is we start the pinch of it in a sense. We now it's the rental people, I guess, that is hurting because some of them work, they lost their job as well, and if they lost their job, that means they cannot pay rent for us. As an investor, that would be probably one of the biggest hurdles.
Well, there's a big argument. I saw people online talking about it. So renter did not understand when the bank they defer the payment, it doesn't mean that we are not paying anything. We're just adding our debt into our original loan. But as a renter, you don't have any debt. Your rent is not a debt. It's just a payment, ongoing payment. If you don't pay the rent, it's gone, and there's no obligation for you to stay there once the situation's already gone, right?
Yeah.
So you
only,
can move out.
You
after
only
the 6
move
months.
out after 12 months or something like that. Like, your agreement with the landlord or with the real estate agent, it's only for 12 months. Where, as an investor here in Australia and here in Sydney anyway, our agreement it goes for 30 years.
Yeah.
So and if we don't pay, it doesn't mean it's a free holiday. It means that we have to pay extra
interest
on top. So
and also gotta pay water, strata, council, insurance. All this is still
admin costs on top.
Yeah, on top.
So,
and I haven't heard any company they said they defer or stopping payment. So can provide a free rent. It's all depends on the landlord. I think just have to talk to the tenant. And some people they have already paid the mortgage outright. They're using their rental income as their income.
As the main source of income.
Yes.
So
If the tenant they lost the job, cannot pay rent, cannot pay the landlord that is using the rental income rely on it, and then what happened to the landlord? Still gotta pay water, strata, council.
And they still have to eat.
Yeah, so they may have to line up.
So a lot of people out there, I guess, that never experienced going to request help from the government alone. They're doing that now. What else is there?
But we last night we were talking about we're grateful we live in Australia.
Yeah.
Very
so
grateful.
so grateful. The fact that in this country it's probably not perfect. However, they're doing the best as they can to help out each individual person.
Yeah.
So in some countries out there don't even have that support base.
And they don't have any stimulus package. So I still hold my Hong Kong citizenship.
Yeah.
So Hong Kong government after the protest and also current situation, they giving everyone who's over 18 years old and the Hong Kong citizenship, they're having 10,000 Hong Kong dollar. So it's equivalent to about 2,000 Aussie dollar.
Whereas us in here in Australia, the government's actually, and that's only one-off payment.
One
the
off.
2,000.
It doesn't matter if you're
Yeah.
working, you're not working, what's your situation. I don't care about if you're investor, your worker, your employer. No.
So, whereas in here in Australia, so far they have two different support packages. One of them would be a job seeker and job keeper. So confusing. So somewhat similar name, and they will are willing to provide what is it, at least
A minimum of 11
$550 a week.
Yeah.
A week, whereas in Hong Kong you're only getting one-off
2,000.
payment of 2,000. So it doesn't we're grateful that we are citizen of this country in a sense.
Yeah.
So that aspect of it. Life is in general in here is somewhat changing rapidly. For some of us, going to work is probably something that your sense of belonging, and if you can't go to work, it feels like
You lost your identity.
yeah, you lost control.
I think I had that feeling once I was on my maternity leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lost your identity.
Because yes,
Yeah.
yes, when my first pregnancy, first time I stopped working full time for, I don't know, 8-10 years, and then was just waiting at home, doing nothing, waiting for the baby to come out. I
Yeah,
felt
you
like
lost.
bored, don't know what to do. It takes time to adjust.
Yes.
Now I get used to it after 5 years, and for you it's hard to adjust.
For the male, I guess the sole provider in a sense, or the one that is still working, and I'm sure there will be a lot of adjustment that you have to deal with. That's what I felt like. Where I usually go out and about, I sort of stopped doing that, and now because of this current situation, there's a lot of uncertainty for us where our income going to be. As much as us as the investor, we rely on our tenant paying rent. We're actually giving them a relief if they're required to. What else is there? We contacted all of our, tenants, willing to do that. That's because also we don't have a huge amount. We're in the position where we can actually offer those, but I know some investors out there that probably don't have the surface fund of it, so it might be really difficult.
Everyone is in different situations, so we don't know.
That
We're
this
just
is-
trying our best to help everyone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
People that we can help.
And as for investor, I'm sure, you're probably going to feel that pinch, whether you already have or not. But try and help each other out in a sense. I know some investors out there probably require that rental income, but it sort of like get me a little bit daunting, right? So if you don't try to help out your tenant and you try to, let's say, penalize your tenant, and they decided that you guys don't get along, they're probably gonna move out. When they move out, that means you're gonna have an empty house.
And then you're gonna pay agent for listing
listing
fee.
Yeah, the listing.
And then now
the
there's no
admin
open
costs.
inspection. You
Yeah.
can't get a group of people going into the house and have a look.
So that means it's probably going to take you a lot longer to find tenant.
Yeah. Let's say, like, do number. I like to do numbers. Let's say your rental income is 500 a week, and if you're giving them 50.
Let me get a calculator out.
Okay. If
So
you're giving-
$500 a week.
Yeah. If you
Yep.
give them 10% discount, which means $50
$50 a
off
week. Yeah.
for
400.
6 months, 26 weeks. 50 times
So 50 times
50,
that by 26. So that means 1,300.
1,300. So you're actually giving them about 2.5 weeks free rent. Is it worth it? Personally, I think yes.
Instead of having an empty property.
Yeah, don't know how long it will
don't
take.
know, yeah.
to
With the
rent it out.
uncertainty of this, because there's a lot of, I think they calculated, I think it was like 10% of people going to be losing their job or something like that. So tenant become a tenant because they can't afford for one reason or another to buy a house. When everyone's making money, it's great, but when there's a lot of job losses out there around the moment, be compassionate, have some sort of, have some sort of, I don't know, compassionate ground in a sense. Losing 50% of your rental as an example.
50%? You mean 10%?
Yeah, sorry, 10 to 15%. Sorry.
Okay.
15%. It's much better off than losing when you don't have any tenant.
Yeah, and when the tenant moves out, they have to pay the removal list. You might have to clean the house, and it's just all the hassle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Each to their own, right?
Each to their own. So.
Everyone's situation is different, but that's what we thought, and that's what we're willing to help to the tenants.
Yeah, we're willing to do that, but some landlords out there probably don't.
Maybe they can't afford it.
They can't afford it, and
totally understand. Yeah, like one of our friends just bought a house, and the tenant lost a job, cannot pay rent at all, and he's not eligible for any of the
government help at all.
Yes.
Because
he's not eligible.
For some reason they're not eligible. So what do you do then?
Yeah, what can you do? And your loan is brand new. You defer it. Yeah, you can defer it, but then you have to pay a lot more interest at the end of it.
Like what we mentioned previously, try not to defer if you can, if you still have your full-time job, but do that. So I think that's about it with our update at the moment. It is kind of strange. It's a bit tough time out there. Going to the supermarket, it's a little bit interesting, intense. Yeah. Other people looking at us. Oh well, we're looking at other people.
What about?
It feels like, am I doing social distancing? It's really hard to do.
Yeah, it's really
try our best. There's a lot more police around.
Oh yeah, I've never seen that many police cars around.
Yeah, because now the police have the power to give people fine if not doing
social
whatever.
distancing.
Yeah, whatever the requirement is. What else is there?
That's it. How about you mentally?
Mentally, it's very stressful for me. It's taking a lot of toll, I guess, in the past week. I'm sure I'm not the only one out there. I'm sure a lot of people in the same boat. So,
what about good thing?
The good thing is we spend a lot more with the kids. We clean up the house, we clean up the apartment a lot more.
Oh, we make pizza.
Yeah, our kids a lot more getting involved, making pizza.
Well, good thing is spending more time with them.
Yeah.
Look at the bright side too, right?
Yeah. Now the other thing was like one of the thing that I've seen quite often was should we just go straight into lockdown, get it over and done with, instead of having this like slow motion
stages
instead of slow motion of lockdown. So some people say yes, we should go on 100% lockdown. Agree to that and get it over and done with, but some people said no. they love this little bit of freedom. What do you think? I
don't know, it's catch-22.
So
if you go for a lockdown,
we can contain it a lot more quicker.
But then how long does it take?
No idea.
Well, maybe initially 2 weeks, and then add another 2 weeks, and then add another 2 weeks. You saw what happened in Italy.
Yeah.
Like, all the crimes they're starting, people are hungry, they don't have money, they don't have job, they can't buy food.
Yeah. Now I kind of feel sorry for the people that just arrive internationally, the Australian citizens that just arrived back in Australia. They are in a quarantine at the moment where
they can't go back to their home, they have to be quarantined in the hotel.
So if you landed in Sydney, you can't go straight out home. If you landed, let's say, a pit stop in Melbourne, you have to stay in Melbourne for 2 weeks. Stay
in Melbourne for 2 weeks, go back to Sydney for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, so every single plane trip, I think, based on that,
Yep.
is every time you actually get on a plane trip, you're required to self-isolate.
Yep.
Well, in the beginning, it's not self-isolate. It's actually you must. It's a must. Some people staying in a 5-star hotel, but at the same time, you can't even leave your room. So, you can't. There's only. I'm sure, like you guys been in a hotel, the hotel is bound to be a lot more smaller. There's only so much footprint that you can go.
And maybe you can open the window.
There's no fresh air. Food alone is being delivered, but based on what I see, some of
frozen, right?
Yeah, some of them is like just frozen meal. Just put it in the microwave or so. It's kind of interesting. And you have no choice of the hotel. You don't have. They just put you in whatever accommodation they can provide you. So
Grateful we're home. Can open the window. Can go have a picnic in the balcony.
It tested a lot of things on yourself, don't you think?
Yeah.
So mentally,
physically,
financially.
Yeah, and we haven't killed each other yet.
So, anything else?
No, just be safe, people.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our update at the moment.
See you guys next time. Bye.